Grammarly, ChatGPT, Killbot. What do these tools have in common?
Well, I use these tools when I run out of creative juices. Sometimes I just need this little nudge to get my brain to work, especially with the nature of our program.
Right? I also use these tools, but of course, just to assist me in finishing my tasks, unlike some other people.
Digital technology is fascinating, right?
Now, you guys, I completely agree with you and understand why you use artificial intelligence with academic tasks. But first, let's take a deep dive on what AI is.
Here on the Trey area,
Where discussions come together.
On the gray area.
World in what was once the island jungle of the Philippines.
Life does not get telephone call that is ease of use.
It's in a software.
The thinking frustration.
Kind of customer that is
So AI sportscast time since
danger. It can generative
Basically, what is that?
You like to use it for my
Comfortable, I think.
line homework,
improve over time.
provide a basis
or a safeguard
Story she wants to.
Especially for Can use it as
being used by
so artificial intelligence, according to this research by Chen and Lin in 2020, it brings mind to gadgets with immense processing capabilities that enables it to have human-like cognition and functional abilities.
So basically, they are tools that can almost imitate and generate tasks that humans can do, and at the present, they are used to assist individuals like students in accomplishing their daily tasks.
For example, many ask Alexa or Siri to take note of their shopping list, or as for me, I asked ChatGPT to set the tone of my paragraphs. I would like say on my prompts like, could you please improve the tone of this paragraph? Then I'll just paste what I've come up with, and ChatGPT will fix it for me.
As for me, I sometimes ask Kilbo to paraphrase my paragraphs.
Well, or using Grammarly to correct my grammatical errors.
With these examples, we can say that artificial intelligence is a useful tool to which we do not discredit its benefits.
However, we would like to discuss its disadvantages when people depend on the tool exceedingly.
To start, I would like to tackle artificial intelligence in education and for the latest issue in the workplace. So, disclaimer, the Trey area does not discourage the use of AI in education. However, we discourage its use for academic dishonesty.
Artificial intelligence has been mentioned in several academic papers in which it was seen as something that can be used to assist the learning process, usually coined as AIED in these academic papers.
Oh, so this computer wearing a toga, I think it says a lot about our current event where student is being dishonest with their works, and they rely on the artificial intelligence. It seems like the artificial intelligence graduated with a degree instead of them, which is actually alarming, to be honest.
Just may I add for that first image, it's just sad if students are being dependent with these AI tools to the extent that they have graduated like purely using Grammarly.
Yeah,
Like imagine hypothetically working in a news company yet your grammar still sucks a lot and like you're being dependent doing a news article in Grammarly.
I agree with that.
Right? Like, for me, for me, I wouldn't discourage the use of artificial intelligence in all honesty because I also use AI tools when I need help in my projects. For example, Grammarly, as we cited multiple times in this episode. However, I do condemn students who use artificial intelligence, specifically ChatGPT, to create projects for them. And I've met a lot of people who graduated with purely using ChatGPT, and I think that they should be discredited with their degree because they did not work hard for that achievement in their life because they were completely they completely used artificial intelligence to have that achievement. So I think that it's just unfair for everyone else who studied fair.
What can you guys say about this second image, the robot that looks like a person in a newsroom?
Yeah, that second picture really kinda talks about our latest issue about GMA, which we saw that GMA just released that their news reporter in sports are being replaced by AI. I forgot their names are, but it's just like kinda offending for the journalists who are taking general on news, especially in sports and now who are students studying BA communication, like
Yeah,
imagine that eventually this these reporters are being replaced by AIs, yet we don't have they don't have much knowledge, but we're just practically controlled by person as well, just because the decision of a company for the good of all, since
yeah.
they are not being paid.
About this image, I believe that this talks about how AI could possibly replace manual labor in the future, and I think that this is a growing concern in the industry. While it is said that replacing manual labor with artificial intelligence cuts cost rather, increases efficiency and effectiveness. I do believe that this takes away chances of people to have a source of living income. And if that happens, in that case, that artificial intelligence will finally replace manual labor, I think that this would be a huge problem in society. I I do believe that This is this will be a huge problem in the industry in the future. Okay, so this image where artificial intelligence is awarded as Employee of the Year, I believe that it's a funny it is a funny criticism on what is happening in today's society because again, in the workforce, many companies have opted to using artificial intelligence instead of hiring manual labor because it cuts cost in the company and they say that it is efficient. And as for me, I believe that this will soon become a huge problem in the society because this replaces again, manual labor, which is the source of income of many people, and with the inflation and with the current economic crisis around the globe, I believe that this case, this will surely affect a lot of people, a lot of families, especially that it concerns their sources of income.
So being the employee of the year, I actually think it's not okay because it's like related with the second image where AI are more likely to get hard than the humans, which is alarming and really sad because it's totally unfair to see those things. And it's like the credit is on the AI robots rather than the people, which is somehow ironic, actually. Do you agree?
Well, I do agree with that. Since imagine that we persons who made the AIs, who made the robots and the computer, imagine that someday in the future when AI do really dominate the world, like our bosses are AI, where we are the ones who practically made them, yet they are being the higher now than us. Like that's so sad to imagine or yet hear about that idea.
But to be honest, AI does help a lot, with our homeworks and things, but we should not really, really rely on it. It's not really okay. Because what if you graduated and you learned nothing just because you rely on the AI? Do
I
you
do
agree?
agree with that. Since we should have learned we should have learned this kind of skills before applying in AI, since it's different that we are being learned like in writing or like taking photos or videography rather than relying on this kind of tools.
I agree. That was really nice.
Well, thank you, Maddie and Trace, and I am here with what the literature says. So let me begin with this discussion by discussing what artificial intelligence is. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a cutting edge technology that allows machines like computers to mimic human intelligence. It enables these machines to learn from data, make decisions, and perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as problem solving, language understanding, and even creative thinking. It is said that artificial intelligence brings numerous benefits to both schools and workplaces, such as personalized learning, efficient administrative tasks, enhanced decision making, and many, many more. In conclusion, artificial intelligence is a powerful tool that has the potential to revolutionize the way we learn and work. Its adaptability, efficiency, and ability to process vast amounts of data make it a valuable asset in education and the workplace, ultimately leading to improved learning outcomes and increased productivity. As technology continues to advance, the role of artificial intelligence in both schools and workplaces is likely to expand, offering even more benefits to students and employees. Pretty neat, right? But what if I told you that I asked AI to write all of that? Well, I would have submitted this as my essay if I didn't value my ethics, but here we are. So, I'm now going to present to you the advantages and disadvantages of artificial intelligence in schools and in workplaces according to the literature. Artificial intelligence involves the application of AI techniques to mainstream learning approaches and tends to reflect existing educational assumptions and practices. While artificial intelligence has proven to enrich educational experience according to several studies, and ever since the 1970s, AI embedded robots and computers to enable to enable the creation. Artificial intelligence involves the application of AI techniques to mainstream learning approaches and tends to reflect existing educational assumptions and practices. Artificial intelligence has proven to enrich educational experience according to several studies, and ever since the 1970s, AI embedded computers to enable the creation of robots and assistants, which improves the learning experience of the student. Moreover, AI allows the individualization of learning where individualized systems can respond to student specific needs and determine learning speed. For example, many basic education schools use tools that would assist students with their academic tasks. Well, it would keep track of their academic task. It would remind them of their academic task as if they were a real person, like virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa. Another would be another example for this artificial intelligence in education is the application Duolingo, where we have this virtual assistant that constantly reminds the person to take their daily lessons and to guide them to learn another language. So that is an example where AI allows the individualization of learning because the learners will learn by themselves with minimal assistance from these artificial intelligence tools. So, with that, the students can develop the necessary cognitive, social, and emotional competencies. Until present, AI exerts its influence, acting as an auxiliary tool to support the teaching and learning process where teachers and students can benefit from this in the development of their skills in education. However, the continuous development and use of artificial intelligence in education has posed several risks in the sector. According to several studies, using artificial intelligence such as text generators is a serious academic and research misconduct, which has been observed among students recently. And personally, I have met a lot of students who use ChatGPT to create their academic papers to which they passed it without even revising it or just they're just passing it as ease, and I think that it's really unfair, and again it's academic dishonesty because the work did not come from themselves, it came from a machine instead. So again, for example, ChatGPT was introduced in 2021, and this AI essay writing system can potentially be used to cheat on their assignments by submitting essays that are not their own work, where this leads to a devaluation of degrees, to which I agree wholeheartedly because again, I have met a lot of students who graduated who have passed ChatGPT outputs to their professors and passed they easily passed their subjects and earn their degrees, and I believe that they are not deserving of this because they did not work hard for it, and secondly, the machine should instead receive the degree because they worked for they all the tasks that the students submitted came from them. Artificial intelligence in workplaces also has its pros and cons as it is a broad transdisciplinary field with roots in various fields. With that, as it is predicted to have a globally transformative influence on the economic and social structures similar to the effect of the Industrial Revolution. With that, several studies have noted the substitution of cheap machines for human labor creates a productivity effect where the cost of producing automated tasks declines. Moreover, capital accumulation triggered by increased automation will also raise the demand for labor. But despite all of these benefits, artificial intelligence applications in the workplace raise important issues in the workplace, which includes job displacement from automation and management. To add, artificial intelligence has already substituted employment in areas that were previously thought to be uncomputerizable, which leads to extreme societal unemployment levels. And as discussed earlier by my Madison and Trace, they said that using artificial intelligence in workplaces will increase unemployment rates, and this is very alarming because a lot of people will lose their sources of income to which they use to support their families. And if most manual labor jobs will be replaced by artificial intelligence, then where will these people get their sources of income? So yeah, I guess that's it on according to the literature.
That was really nice conversation, guys. Surely our listeners did have fun as well.
Well, I do agree with that, and as they say, everything good must come to an end.
Well, guys, not for Trey area because we're just ending our first episode. Till the next
The Trey area.
Where discussions come together
on the gray area.